Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue version. Today we are in Fuchsia City and we will be heading around the town before we take on the Safari Zone. So starting off with this first house, I'm the fishing guru's older brother. I simply love fishing. Do you like fishing? Yes? Grand! I like your style. Take this and fish, young one. Phoenix received the good rod. This is our final fishing rod of the game. We can encounter many... Well, now we basically have the full access to the roster of fishing Pokemon. So, for example, here we can run into one new Pokemon 50% of the time. So let's try our luck using the good rod. Not even a nibble, of course. Come on. Alright. Hopefully this is it. And as we can see, we can catch a Poliwag now. So, with the good rod, all the Pokemon you catch are level 10. So, it's better than the old rod, but not as good as the super rod. And basically with the good rod, your encounters are Poliwag and Goldeen. At least right here. I'll make note of any other fishing encounters that might be interesting as we go along, but only as they kind of become relevant. So we get Poliwag. So if we train this up, we can go back and get that Jinx. So Poliwag has a 3-stage evolution. The first being Poliwhirl, which we would need for the trade. And then the last one is Poliwrath. Poliwrath you need a water stone to get. So if you don't have one on you, you can head back to Celadon City after catching one and you can get its final form. Poliwrath is a water fighting type and it's fairly physical, so it's something to consider. Later on in future generations, the Poliwag family does get one extra evolution, where if you have a Poliwhirl with a King's Rock, you can get Politoed. Politoed is not available in this game since it was introduced in Generation 2. Here. How about Puppy Eat Baribo? Happy Weep? Yes. Happy Hope How? If E Happy Hope. So, that is the Warden of the Safari Zone. And part of us being here is we need to head in there and find his teeth. He lost his teeth in the Safari Zone. That's why he was talking that way. Alright. So if we head up here, we will actually find the Safari Zone, the Pokemon Paradise. But if we come over here, we can head out towards Cycling Road if we continue west. Or if we come down here, we have the Fuchsia City Gym, which we'll be taking on later. We have a few other houses we can check out. Safari Zone's worn and is old, but still active. All his teeth are false, though. Bill's files on his own Pokemon data on his PC. Did he show you? You've met Bill? He's my grandson. He always likes collecting things, even as a child. So this is Bill's relative's house. And then we have our Pokemon Center. Alright, so let's head up to the Safari Zone, but let's check out around here. We do need Cut. And we can see here Lapras. aka the King of the Seas. So this is a Lapras. We haven't run into one yet. It's actually not too far off, but you can see it. So this is kind of like a zoo-like area. Come into the mart. Let's see if there's anything new. Ooh, we finally come across Ultra Balls. So Ultra Balls are basically the best Pokeball you can get currently in the game. There is one type of Pokeball that is better, but we don't have access to it. Looking through the rest, there's nothing else. It's really just those Ultra Balls. So Ultra Balls have a 2 times catch rate compared to the Pokeballs 1 and the Great Balls 1.5. Here's our next exhibit, Kabuto, a Pokemon that was resurrected from a fossil. So if you pick the Dome fossil, this is what you would get, Kabuto, the shellfish Pokemon. So water rock type. Here, Kangaskhan, a maternal Pokemon that raises its young in a pouch on its belly. So we've seen a Kangaskhan. Giovanni had one. Here, the Safari game, Pokemon you catch. Okay. Let's keep going around. Here, Chansey. Catching one is all up to chance. Chansey is the egg Pokemon. Pure normal type. Looks like there's an item in there. Name Voltorb. The very image of a Pokeball. So we've seen these before. So I kind of like this one because it's kind of funny because it looks like an item. That item ball in there is really a Pokemon. And then one more down here. So I think there's a way around, but if you have cut, you can kind of get through a lot quicker. And then Slowpoke, friendly and very slow moving. The dopey Pokemon. Where's Sarah? I said I'll meet her here. So we've actually seen, well, kind of seen the evolved form of Slowpoke, Slowbro in Cerulean City. Okay, if we come in here, Slowpoke is very knowledgeable about the Pokemon. He even has some fossils over. Did I say Slowpoke? Slowpoke is very knowledgeable about Pokemon. That seems weird. We nicknamed the warden Slowpoke. Oh, okay. Makes sense now. He and Slowpoke both look vacant. Got really confused there for a second. Slowpoke came in, but I couldn't understand him. I think he got a speech problem. So, let's head up to the Safari game. The actual Safari Zone. Let me use cut so I don't have to walk around. Okay. So the Safari Zone. Hi, is this your first time here? Yes. The Safari Zone has 4 zones in it. Each zone has different kinds of Pokemon. Use Safari Balls to catch them. When you run out of time or Safari Balls, the game's over for you. Before you go, open an unused Pokemon box so there's room for new Pokemon. So let's go quickly do what he says. So there is a limit to how many Pokemon you can have in a box at one time. So this is some kind of important advice so you can actually catch, because in the Safari Zone there are a lot of encounters. By far the most in the game. To the point I am not looking forward to reading the list off. Alright, let's go open our box. Alright. Bills. Change box. When you change a Pokemon box, data will be saved. Is that okay? Yes. So we're going to switch to box 2. So we can see there is 12 boxes available for us. So if you're catching one of every Pokemon, then you might need to be concerned about running out of space. But overall, if you're just doing kind of a casual playthrough, there's no real concern about it. Use lawn cutter. Alright. So, how the Safari Zone game works. First, welcome to the Safari Zone. Just pay $500 and you can catch all the Pokemon you want in the park. Would you like to join the hunt? Yes. So $500. We only use a special Pokeball here. So we receive 30 Safari Balls. We cannot use our own. We'll call you on the PA when you run out of time or Safari Balls. So it does mention a... I didn't know that evolution music played here. Okay, so press start to check your remaining time. So if we look, we have 500 up in the corner. That's steps, not actual time. You have 30 Safari Balls to catch. They are just Pokeballs. You're also not able to use your own Pokemon in here. Okay, so we are currently in Area 1. In Area 1, there are a lot of encounters. I do have them displayed on the side due to the amount there are. Here we run into one of our first options, Execute. Execute is a grass psychic type. It's available 20% of the time in red and blue version, and in yellow version 15% of the time in this area. Some other encounters are the Nidorans, and we'll be seeing a mixture of them throughout the entire area. So we'll see their pre-evolved forms, their evolved forms, and all that. We can also run into Venonat here in certain games. So in red and blue, we can run into Venonat. We also can run into some rarer Pokemon, but the chance of you running into things change as you move along. So staying in one area is not necessarily the best. I'm catching Pokemon to take home as gifts. Where did my boyfriend Eric go? So we see she actually went into the Safari Zone. Okay. I'm trying to see. There's a... Okay. Sometimes if you lightly tap the buttons, mainly on original hardware, you can kind of... I didn't mean to actually throw that Safari Ball. But you can also see Pokemon can flee from you. You can just kind of turn in place. Okay. So we're seeing we're running into a fair amount of Execute. That is the most common Pokemon here for blue version. So I'm going to try to start heading to another area. There is also water throughout here. Use the old rod. You can get Magikarp as normal. You can get Poliwags and Goldines here if you use the good rod. And if you use the super rod, you actually have some pretty good encounters here. So if I actually go to here and I'm going to use my super rod, we can see if we can, what we get. You have 4 possible Pokemon you can catch. Let's see. And all of them are, well, one we have seen before, others we haven't, or we've like kind of heard about in passing. So looks like I'm not really getting lucky with the super rod. Alright, so the encounters you can get with the Super Rod are in red and blue version. Let's see who we got real quick. The first one is Psyduck. Psyduck is a pure water type. So, Psyduck is interesting due to it's kind of like a Pokemon that really would make sense as a water psychic type, but it just stays pure water. You kind of get him late in the game, but if you've seen the anime, he's kind of famous for being in that. So we caught a Psyduck, the duck Pokemon. And Psyduck is famously known for always having a headache. Alright, transfer skills PC. The other encounters we can get are Slowpoke, who we saw outside, Krabby, and Dratini. Dratini is the only dragon type in the game. We could have seen it at the Rocket Game Corner if you wanted to get it. But it's very rare. Well, it's very expensive. In Pokemon Yellow version, 70% of the time with the Super Rod, you will get a Magikarp. 20% of the time you can get a Dratini, and 10% of the time you can get Dratini's evolved form, Dragonair. Okay, we are currently in Area 2, and our encounters do slightly change. Parasect can also be found in Area 1 in red and blue version, and there are version exclusives here. In blue version, it's Pinsir. It's a bug type. Actually a fairly strong bug type and possibly one to consider. In red version, it has its counterpart Scyther, but they're found only 4% of the time. And then the most rare Pokemon in the Safari Zone is Chansey. The rates do change as we go, but in Area 1, it's a 1% encounter. In Pokemon Yellow, you have both Nidorans available to you. You have Execute, Parasect, Rhyhorn, Nidorino, Paris instead of Parasect, Tangela, which is a pure grass type, which we saw in Erica's gym, and then Chansey at 1%. Area 2, our encounters do shake up slightly. You still have Nidorans available. You have Execute, Paris, Doduo, Parasect, and this is where we can find Kangaskhan, and then 1% of the time you can run into Pinsir in blue version, Scyther in red version. In yellow, you have Nidoran male and female, Nidorina, Execute, Cubone. So this is where you would get Cubone for that game. Tauros, a pure normal type that is very physically offensive. It can be found at 10% of the time. Chansey, which can be found 4% of the time here. And then Scyther at 1%. So we're just making our way around. And we're looking for very specific items. When it comes to the fishing encounters, they're all the same. Except in yellow version, you can only get Magikarp and Dratini. Magikarp being the most common at 90%. We're not running into many newer Pokemon. Alright, Area 3. Once again, we get a change up in the encounters. For the most part, we're going to be seeing the exact same things. Okay, avoid going down there for a second. Oh, so here's a Rhyhorn. Ground rock type. So, here we can find, once again, the Nidorans and their evolutions, depending on what game you have. Execute, Paris, Rhyhorn, as we see here. Venomoth, the evolved form of Venonat. And then Chansey 4% of the time, Tauros 1% of the time. So Tauros is fairly hard to find in red and blue version. In yellow version, you have both the baby Nidorans, Execute, Kangaskhan 15% of the time, Rhyhorn 10%, Nidorina, Cubone, Scyther now at a 4%, and then Pinsir at a 1% chance. So as we're making our way around, it's just there's items, Pokemon that we're after. So you kind of have to keep an eye out. And the fishing encounters are the same as they were for Area 2. And this was a waste of an area to go into, which was wasting steps and possibly encounters. Okay, come up here. Let's see if there's anything here. Okay, we can get to the area over here. Check if there is anything up here. And it's very possible you will have to go through the Safari Zone multiple times. Oh, no more room for items. Alright. Ooh, what was TM20? Rage. We don't... That's better as hell. I can use a PP up on... Let's do it on Paracy's Mega Drain. At least temporarily. So we can pick up TM40. And TM40 is Skull Bash. So Skull Bash is a 2-turn move. It's normal type. And it's a fairly physical attack. Basically, your Pokemon rams into the opposing Pokemon. I did not mean to throw that. Oh, well, we got lucky. We got a Nidorina. We can evolve that into Nidoqueen. Add it to our deck. So maybe later we can get the item finder or the experience all. Okay, and here, is there anything important? Deepest parts of the Safari Zone. You'll win a prize. He evolved into a Flareon, but my friend Eevee turned into a Vaporeon. I wonder why. You can keep any item you find on the ground here, but you'll run out of time if you try for all of them at once. So this is kind of like some advice here where if you're trying to go for everything, and look, we literally have 1 step left. Okay. How about we use... Oh, wait, Calcium is special. Let's put it on Gimbu. You could use some good special. And we found a protein which raises attack. And we take another 2 steps. Ding dong. Time's up. Your Safari game is over. Did you get a good haul? Come again. Alright. I'm going to go drop off some items at the Pokemon Center. And I will be right back. Alright, I'm back and I'm heading back into the Safari Zone so we can try to get the rest of the items. Okay. I am quickly looking up a map of the Safari Zone to make sure we can get all the items. Okay. So the best route to get to the prize, go up 2, come all the way over, come up here, go around the corner. Okay. And just kind of follow this down here. Come up here. Oh. Straight up. Turn. Oh, okay. Well, I'm taking off because I just saw that item. TM37. Egg bomb. So that can actually be an alright move. It has a pretty good attack. And I believe it's a normal type move. Alright. So making our way. A Paris. Oh, look. Once again, did not mean to throw that. I don't need a Paris. And of course I caught it. No. Well, Parasy, you got a brother. Alright, come down here. And we'll go straight. Until we hit here, then we can go straight up. Run from execute. Over here. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. I took one step too many, which will cost me 2 steps, but we're heading back to where we were. And this is how you actually get to the area with the prize. Right, another execute. I am keeping an eye out for a specific Pokemon I'm really hoping we can run into and hopefully catch. But I'm going to try to keep that a surprise until we actually do run into it, or if I have to kind of cut to finding it. Alright, so we come straight down. Alright. Walk over here. And first pick up here. TM32 item. And it is Double Team. So Double Team raises your evasion. It is actually kind of a good move to have. So alright, here's our prize. Oh, finally. You're the first person to reach the secret house. I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won. Phoenix received HM03. HM03 is Surf. This is a very useful move that can be used outside of battle, and we will be teaching Gimbu it. Can only have 4 moves. Yes. We're getting rid of Water Gun. So Surf is one of the most actual useful HM moves. It's nothing to laugh at. It's one of the strongest water moves in the game, and will be necessary for us to actually finish the rest of the game. Right here. Phoenix found gold teeth. We found the warden's missing teeth. Alright. So, to get to Area 4, we do not need to come all the way around here. We actually needed to go down earlier. So I'm trying to head back there so we can at least see it. Most likely I will need to come back into the Safari Zone. Yeah. To show you. So I'm just going to stay here and run around in this grass, see if I can get lucky with an encounter. And what I will do is, didn't mean to throw that, is once I run out of steps, I'll just pop back to where we kind of need to go so we can travel actually to the next area. So I will see you either if I run into something special or where we need to go next. So I'll see you in just a second. Alright, I am back. We're in area 3. Right where we saw those arrows pointing down. So we will take this path. And we are in the final area of the Safari Zone. Area 4. So in Area 4, your possible encounters are, once again, Nidorans, Nidorino or Nidorina, depending on your version. Execute, Venonat, Doduo. Venomoth, Tauros, and Kangaskhan at 1%, and red and blue. In yellow, it's Nidoran, Nidorina, Nidorino, Execute, Cubone, Marowak, Tauros, Pinsir, and 1% Tangela. I'm currently confused because oh, I took the wrong exit down. This is area 1 we're currently in. Okay. Because this bright horn popping up really threw me for a loop. So it's not this down arrow. We actually have to go up here and around, and there's another set of arrows going down. Alright, so come up here, down, and then underneath this body of water, there are arrows coming down. And now we're in area 4 again, but this time we can find encounters. First things first, there is an item here. We found a Max Revive. It is a more powerful revive, where instead of just bringing back the Pokemon with 50% health, it will bring it back with full health, and then a max potion that can bring the Pokemon up to max health. We have one more little house here. Tossing rocks at Pokemon might make them run, but they'll be easier to catch. I hack a lot, but I didn't see any Pokemon I wanted. Using bait will make Pokemon easier to catch. So this is another part of the mechanic of the Safari Zone. As you're going around, you're getting encounters like this one we just got into. You have 4 options. You have your ball and run, kind of like what we've had. But as you know, our trainers out there, not our Pokemon. So you can use bait to make sure the Pokemon is less likely to flee, but it makes it harder to catch. Where if you throw a rock, it's the reverse. It makes it easier to catch, but they're more likely to run. So there's a trade-off, and there's ways to balance them to try to help get your chances of catching them up while also trying to lower their chances to run. So it's a real mixture of how to do it. Let me see if I can find a good strategy for it. Alright. So, the Pokemon I'm looking for is extremely rare. So, I am going to just cut until I find it. It's probably going to be a while before I actually run into it. So, I will see you in a sec for you. A long time for me, probably. Okay, I'm back. And I've run into a Tauros. This is not the encounter I want. But I want to point it out because it's a 1% chance of running into this. Nope. Let's try to get it. Most likely it will run away before I catch it. And it fled. Alright, I'm back onto the hunt for what I'm actually after. It has been found after so long. I have ran into 3 Tauros before this. Now, the worst part, I have to get lucky with catching this. Please, you missed. Come on. Missed. Don't run, don't run. Oh. So that is our next team member. Once I actually find one and catch it. So, once again, I'll see you once I find it. Alright. It has been found. This is actually the second one. The first one, the recording didn't actually get me running into it. So, Chansey is going to be our next team member. I have to get lucky and catch it. It ran away again. But as you see, the Pokeball, well, the Safari Ball misses. If it gets caught in the ball, we're guaranteed to get it. That's how hard Chansey is to actually catch. It has kind of a unique-ish situation where you will miss until you actually catch it. It is not the only Pokemon with that style of catching, but I'm going to be here still for a while. I have run into 3 Tauros so far, and that was my second Chansey, so see you hopefully next time when I can actually catch it. Alright, attempt number 3 at catching Chansey. No, don't run. Oh. Alright, hopefully next time. Alright, number 4. Come on, please. Oh, come on. My fingers are literally crossed. No. Alright, number 5. Come on. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We got it. So excited I got a coffee fit. Chansey, the egg Pokemon, a rare and exclusive Pokemon that is said to bring happiness to those who manage to get it. Yes, I would like to give it a nickname. And her name will be Isis, named after the, let me make sure I get it right, of Egypt, which stand for magic, which was the goddess of magic, motherhood, fertility, and healing. Oh, so happy. I wasn't saved ahead of time. That only took a few hours. And with that, the Safari Zone is basically completed. Just have the last couple of steps and we're good to go. Alright, let's go pick up our newest team member. That took so long. Now, Chansey is probably one of our more interesting team members due to her stat layout. Let me run by the Pokemon Center, pick her up. Okay, first deposit off Poliwag and execute, and we shall withdraw Isis. One thing to note, I did catch a lot of Pokemon by accident as we're going along. Switch. Okay, and this is why I've been saving some trainers, because we will need to get her caught up in levels. And I will be doing that in between episodes. Alright, so Isis, looking at her stats, her attack is extremely low. And so is her physical defense. Her speed also is not the best. Where Chansey is amazing at is her HP and her special stat. Looking at her HP, just compare it to everyone else. Parasy, 93. Gimbu, who has 3 HP ups in it, 106. Kaiser, 115. Isis, who is nearly 10 levels under them, 169. Her special stat is 63. Let's see, Gimbu is one of our special attackers, so if we look at his stats, once again, she's nearly 10 levels under, and she's outbeating Gimbu's special stat, and is going against his attack stat. If we look at Kaiser, Kaiser beats her, but he has the same special stat as her, nearly 10 levels higher. He's 9 levels higher. And Parasy, bringing up the rear, has a decent attack stat. And all that. So the entire goal of Chansey is to give her special attacks. We see she also has Sing, so she can put Pokemon to sleep. Double Slap and Pound aren't that good on her. We will need to get rid of those, and that's where some of our TMs will come in handy. Wrong PC. Alright. So let's withdraw. I need to make sure I pull out the correct TMs. Right. So 11 is Bubble Beam. I do want that. 24 is Thunderbolt. I don't think she learns it, but it might be good to check anyways. 33 is Reflect. It wouldn't necessarily be that good on her due to her not having that great speed, and her defense is so low as is that she basically wouldn't get much use out of it. Double Edge, no. Is it 29? 29 is Psychic, yes. And I think that's basically it for the TMs. 39 Swift. No, that wouldn't be good for her. 20 Rage. No. 40 Skull Bash. No again. Alright. So let's see which TMs is she compatible with. 37. Egg Bomb. No, because if it was a grass type move, then it would be good, unless I'm mistaken. No, I do not have that listed on there. Double Team, no. Already forgetting on Bubble Beam. That was one move I wanted to teach her. Yes, Gimbu is better, but she can't learn Surf. Or I would teach her that just to help give her type coverage. Psychic. Definitely want her to learn this. Get rid of Pound. Try attack, I don't believe so. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good due to it being a normal type move. Thunderbolt, yes. I think Thunderbolt will be better for our next team member. Let me look real quick. Because I can't remember if it's possible you can get it. No. So I need to definitely save that for the next team member, or it would be a good move on her. Alright. So, well, let me check that Egg Bomb real quick. Okay, yeah, no, it's a normal type move. It's physical. It has a really good power at... Oh, wrong thing. Base power of 100, but literally only 4 Pokemon can learn it, being Chansey and the Execute line, and then the mythical Pokemon Mew, which we will unfortunately not be able to find in this game. Just one thing, quick note, with this version of Blue I'm playing, I did mention earlier, if you're using original hardware, I am actually playing in a real copy of Blue. I'm just using a GB operator to play it through my computer, and it makes it easier to record. So, but we got our 4th team member finally. Our 5th team member is fairly close. Well, okay, technically she is our 5th team member because we can't forget the old Amber fossil. It's still with us. So we do have one more team member to find out in the world, and they're very close by. But first, we need to beat the Fuchsia City Gym, which we will do next time on Let's Play Pokemon Blue. See you next time.